Welcome to the 2022 edition of my Blu-Ray Collection video. This is the 8th year in a row doing this video, and I just want to thank everyone out there that always watches these videos because it is so much work to do, especially when it comes to the editing. Oh my Lanta. But it is really cool to see how the collection grows every single year with these videos, and this year we are at 1,351 movies behind me. Oh my Lanta, I need a girlfriend. Now before getting started, I get the same questions every year, so I'm gonna go ahead and answer them. If you are interested in buying these shelves, they're on Amazon. I will leave a link to the shelves on the Amazon website down below in the description if you collect movies like me and you want one of these shelves. And also, a lot of you are gonna ask, where are your slipcovers? Well, last year, like I explained, I lost a bunch of them due to a moving of rooms. So, some just don't have slipcovers, which is very sad. But every movie I've bought in the past couple of years, if they have a slipcover, I have been keeping. So all you out there that are like, where are your slipcovers? They're here, I promise, the ones I can keep at least. Besides that, those are the main questions, and like always, please leave a comment down below and tell me what movie I need to buy, because there's so many. Get all the nerves shaking now? Alright, let's get started, everyone. We have 3:10 to Yuma. The movie 9. Really good movie. 10 Cloverfield Lane. John Gooman. Scary motherfucker. 10 Things I Hate About You. The Criterion Collection of 12 Angry Men. Really good movie that I first time watched earlier this year. 12 Strong. 12 Years a Slave. 13 Hours. Really underrated movie. 21 Bridges. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. 21 Jump Street, and of course 22 Jump Street, and I wish we kind of got the Men in Black Jump Street movie. That'd been kind of cool. 28 Days Later. I do need to get 28 Weeks. The really cool steelbook of movie 31. Not really a Rob Zombie big fan, but that steelbook and the movie's fine. 40-Year-Old Virgin. My Life. What was the wink? Another rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. 42, a movie that is really underrated. If you love him, watch that movie. 50 First Dates. 50-50. Ooh, 101 Dalmatians, the animated classic, and the animated sequel, 101 Dalmatians 2. 127 Hours. I hate veins, and I truly think I hate veins because of this movie. We have the 4K version of 300. We have 500 Days of Summer. 1408, a really nice 4K and steelbook of 1917, and we got 1941, 2001, A Space Odyssey, oh my goodness, AI, Artificial Intelligence, probably one of Spielberg's worst movies, The Accountant, Ace Ventura with a Pet Detective, and Ace Ventura When Nature Calls, which I think might be a little bit better, just comedy-wise, story-wise, first one, Ad Astra, which is really underrated. The kids' version of The Addams Family, I didn't need to buy it. The Adjustment Bureau. Adrift. Adventureland, really underrated movie. You've never seen that movie. It's so funny and got some really good romance too. The Adventures of Tintin. The 4K of Air Force One. A steelbook of Airplane, which if you've never seen Airplane, all I gotta say is, don't call me Shirley. The original Aladdin. We have the remake of Aladdin, which I do enjoy. The original Alice in Wonderland. Another Disney remake of Alice in Wonderland, the Johnny Depp version, which this was probably my first or second Blu-ray I ever bought, ever. The original Alien. Aliens. Alien Covenant. Alien vs. Predator. And then we have the 4K of Alita, which, like everyone, we really want a sequel. All the money in the world. I watched this movie like one time in my life. Always, Steven Spielberg. We got The Amazing Spider-Man, which, and then this, whew. American Honey, really underrated. American Hustle, a little overrated. American Made, Tom Cruise, gotta love him. American Pie Collection, really, just, I really like these movies. I even like the fourth one. Like, those movies, I can really watch. American Psycho, I do want to get the 4K one day. American Sniper. American Underdog. Kurt Warner, huge football fan. I love me some Tom Brady. Patriots all the way. An American Werewolf in London Steelbook. Amistad. Anchorman. I love Anchorman. Watched it the other day on Netflix with my family. And then Anchorman 2, which I think I've only seen like twice possibly. Anna. Didn't know why I bought that. Annabelle. Annabelle Creation. Very good movie. And a movie I hated at first, but come around to really just enjoying. Annabelle Comes Home. Like, really enjoyable movie. And I'm pretty sure the director of that movie is doing the new Salem's Lot, which... Ant-Man. And speaking of Marvel movies, I am going to buy these on 4K. So you're going to see a bunch of 4Ks of them and then Blu-rays of them. But I'm in the process of rebuying all the Marvel into 4K. So do not worry. Next year, all of them will be on 4K. Ant-Man and the Wasp. 4K of Antebellum. I have not watched this on 4K. It's a really bad movie, but it was really cheap. Antlers. Any Given Sunday, great football movie. The 4K of Annihilation, awesome movie. Apocalypse Now. Apollo 13. Aquaman, and then we got Aquaman 2 coming out, which stars Jason Momoa and Jason Momoa. Arachnophobia. Argo. Arizona, starring Danny McBride on 4K, very good movie. Armageddon, love me some Armageddon. I love me some Armageddon. Arrival, The Art of Racing in the Rain. Assassination Nation, big fan of the Euphoria creation, or the director of that, then you would really enjoy that movie possibly. The Atlantis 2-part, or one and 2, but mostly just 1. Atomic Blonde. Yeah, baby, the Austin Powers trilogy. Please give me a 4th one. If you're going to make a weird Mike Myers show on Netflix that flops, just go ahead and make, Austin Powers 4, honestly. Avatar. Can't wait for 2, 3, 4, and 5. Avatar: The Last Airbender, great show. Show I haven't watched yet. I'm going to one day. The Legend of Korra. I've heard it's good, but I've heard mixed things. 4K of Avengers, and then I do have the Blu-ray of Age of Ultron and the Blu-ray of Infinity War. But don't worry, I have the 4K of Endgame because that was a must. Aviator. Away We Go. The Babadook. Baby Driver. Back to the Future trilogy, which I need to review these movies. I mean, it's freaking Back to the Future. And it's in my intro, so I should probably review Back to the Future one day. Bad Boys. Bad Boys 2. And Bad Boys for Life. Bad Santa. Bad Santa 2. The 4K of Bad Times at El Royale. Really underrated movie. Bambi. I don't think I've ever watched Bambi. I haven't watched Bambi in a long time. The complete series of the Adam West Batman series. I bought this because it was cheesy and it was really cheap or something like that. But I also bought the Adam West Batman movie. The Batman complete animated series. I really wanted to get this. I'm so glad it was a good package for it. Batman Mask of the Phantasm, so good. Batman Sub-Zero. Batman Beyond the television series, which some people say is better than the original animated series, which I totally disagree, but it's still good. Batman Mystery of the Batwoman. Haven't watched that in a good minute. Batman Under the Red Hood. Batman The Killing Joke. I saw it before I read the comic, so I enjoy this, but the comic is better. Face the Ninja Turtles. It was cheap. It was really cheap. Batman Death in the Family. Batman The Long Halloween Part 1 and Part 2, which they're on the same thing. Look at that. That's cool, right? Yeah. But yeah, these are fine. I was gonna review them when it came out, but I just didn't. Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin, which, yeah. And if you have a 4K player, the Dark Knight trilogy on 4K is freaking awesome. Batman vs. Superman, which the Ultimate Cut is actually better. And recent purchase, the Steelbook and 4K of Matt Reeves' The Batman, which looks amazing on 4K, and this is a really nice Steelbook. I very much enjoy it. I almost bought the 4K, but it was the last one at Best Buy. I was like, you know what? I'll get the Steelbook. But that's all the Batman movies I own. I don't like Batman stuff. Baywatch. A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. Beauty and the Beast, the original. And then I do own the Disney remake, which I do enjoy, but it's not the original. Beer Fest, because why not? Beetlejuice. The Criterion of Being John Malkovich. Belfast. Better Watch Out. The Big Freaking Giant. Big Hero 6. The Big Lebowski on Steelbook. The Big Short. The Big Sick. Big Trouble in Little China. Bill and Ted, Excellent Adventure, and Bill and Ted's Bogus Adventure. And then Face the Music, which I've only watched once in theaters. I have not watched this on Blu-ray at all. He called the shit poop. Billy Madison. I need to get Happy Gilmore, which I do own Happy Gilmore. We'll find out. But this movie's great. We got Birdman, which, yes, I don't have the slip. 4K of Birds of Prey, which I enjoyed Birds of Prey. I really did. The classic The Birds. Black Klansman. Black Mass with Johnny Depp. Black Panther, which, when this second one comes out in theaters, is going to kill it. Black Swan. The 4K of Black Widow. The original Blade Runner, which is this the extended final cut? Yeah, this is the final cut version. The beautiful Steelbook and 4K of 2049, which that thing, I mean, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. And it looks beautiful on 4K. Whew. The Blind Side. Blind Spotting. Criterion of the original The Blob. We have Blockers, really funny movie. Blood Diamond, Down Under. I'm so sorry to anyone I just offended out there. We got Bloodshot, which don't know I own. Criterion of the first Coen Brothers movie, Blood Simple. Really good. I want to review that one day. Below. Criterion of Blue is the Warmest Color, which, if you've seen it, then you know why I'm making this face. Bohemian Rhapsody. Bolt. Bombshell. Boogie Nights, masterpiece in filmmaking. Booksmart, really good movie. Bottle Rocket, still haven't watched it. Bourne Identity. The Bourne Supremacy. The Bourne Ultimatum, probably my favorite. The Bourne Legacy. Then we have Jason Bourne, which I actually do like. I actually watched a couple months ago on TV. I still kind of enjoy it. Boyhood, 12 years in the making, literally. Boys in the Hood. Oh goodness, movies. Brad Status, underrated movie. If you haven't seen Brad Status, I recommend it. Brave, Braveheart, Best Picture winner of Mel Gibson. Brawl in Cell Block 99, almost at 66. Breakfast at Tiffany's. The Breakfast Club. The greatest show of all time, Breaking Bad. If you have not seen Breaking Bad, I mean, talk about a great 5-season setup, ending, beginning. It's just so good. Bridesmaids. Bridges of Spies, Brightburn, Bronson, Brother Bear, Bumblebee, A Bug's Life, Stickiness, The Burbs, Burbs. Hadn't watched it. I want to. Burn After Reading, new release of Come On, Come On, which I have not seen. I will get to watching it one day. I bought it for a reason. The Cabin in the Woods, Caddyshack, Call Me By Your Name, The Call of the Wild, which is a really good book, The Campaign. This movie is hilarious. If you haven't seen the Campaign, I recommend it. The original Candyman, which is a really good movie. And I did buy the 4K of the new Candyman, which I know a lot of people, if you know, I'm not a big fan of this movie, but on 4K, the directing, the score, looks and sounds great. Movie and plot line, though, 4K of The First Avenger, the Blu-ray of Winter Soldier, and then, of course, Civil War, which I'll upgrade to 4K. We got Captain Marvel, Captain Phillips, The Card Counter, the original Carrie, the remake Carrie, which, not worth it. And I know what you're thinking, Jacob, you don't own the Marvel movies on 4K, but you own Cars on 4K? You betcha I do. And guess what? I own Cars 2 on 4K, but even better, Cars 3 on 4K. But I don't own all the Marvel movies on 4K because that's who I am. Goodness. Casino, the original. 4K of Casino Royale. We got the Steelbook of Casper. Because fuck yes, Casper. When I saw that, I bought it instantly. Castaway. Criterion of Cat People. We got Cat's Eye. Catch Me If You Can. Central Intelligence, The Change Up, a 4K of Chaos Walking, which I bought for like $6. Charlie's Angel, the reboot or remake, whatever. 4K of Chernobyl, this limited series on HBO. Watch this. If you get a chance to watch Chernobyl, please watch it. Chicken Little, because Chicken Little's awesome. Chicken Run, cannot wait for Chicken Run 2. Like, seriously, top 10 most anticipated for, like, next year. I'm not even kidding you. Chicken Run 2 is going to be freaking awesome, hopefully. We have the complete Chucky set. I finally got the Chucky series, all 7 movies. And I also did buy season 1 of Chucky, which if you are a big fan of Chucky, watch this show. Season 1's great. Can't wait for season 2. This stupid reboot, Chucky Child's Play. Steelbook of Chinatown. Christine. A Christmas Carol. A Christmas Story. Christmas Vacation, probably my favorite Christmas movie of all time. Christopher Robin. Chronicle. The Chronicles of Narnia, the first one. The original Cinderella. The remake Cinderella, which is probably, honestly, arguably the best Disney remake, live-action remake. Citizen Kane. It's Citizen Kane. The remake of Clash of the Titans. And then we have The Wrath of the Titans, which is the sequel. A Clockwork Orange. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Cloverfield. The Steelbook of Clueless. The Steelbook of Coco, which an amazing steelbook, by the way. An amazing movie, but also. Cold Pursuit, got it for cheap. Collateral. Really good movie, would love to review one day. The Steven Spielberg masterpiece of A Color Purple, which very intrigued on this remake they're doing. Coming to America, not the original. I bought this thinking I had the first one. Nope, I only have the second one, unfortunately. Color Out of Space. The Conjuring, masterpiece. The Conjuring 2, and The Conjuring 3, which my mom and dad really like. I thought it was fun. Ugh. Con Air, Coraline, gotta get myself some, what's he saying? Coraline? I don't know. It's the song. Corpse Bride, which is awesome. Courage the Cowardly Dog. This will be talked about this October, I promise you. I promise. Crawl, The Crazies, Crazy Rich Asians, Crazy Stupid Love, Creature from Black Lagoon, the classic, Creed, Creed 2, really excited for Creed 3 and Michael B. Jordan directing, Creepshow, love Creepshow, want to also talk about that movie, Creepshow 2, The Crow, the 4K of Cruella, which was a really good movie, Cujo, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Curious George, because Curious freaking George, man, The Curse of La Llorona, Daddy's Home, Daddy's Home 2, Dancing with Wolves, and then this piece of crap, Daredevil. Ugh. The Darjeeling Limited, I haven't watched it. The 4K of The Dark Crystal, the original movie, Dark Water, The Darkest Hour, Dawn of the Dead, The Day After Tomorrow, the 4K of Day of Thunder. Haven't watched it. Daybreakers. Dazed and Confused. Alright. The Dead Don't Die, which was stupid. Don't know why I really am. Deadpool. Deadpool 2. Deepwater Horizon. The Deer Hunter on... Is this 4K? It is 4K. The Deer Hunter on 4K. Haven't watched it. Deliverance. The Departed. The Descendants. Detroit. Devil, and I'm claustrophobic, and I hate elevators, so that movie sucks, but it's really good. Diary of the Dead, rest in peace, George A. Romero. Die Hard with a Vengeance. Live Free or Die Hard, it's the only ones I own. Dinosaur, love Dinosaur. I love Dinosaur. It's not a great movie, but it's a really good movie. Dirty Dancing. The Disaster Artist. We got District 9, which when this came out, everyone was like, when is the sequel? It came out in 2009, people. It's over with. Django Unchained. Doctor Strange. Dog. Don John. Donnie Darko. Don't Breathe. Really good movie. And then we have, unfortunately, the 4K of Don't Breathe 2. Which, why do I own a 4K? It's because it was really, really cheap when it came out. Because it's not that good of a movie. Dope. If you haven't seen Dope, watch Dope. Downsizing. Dr. Strangelove, How I Learned to Stop and Worrying and Love the Bomb. Stanley Kubrick. That's all I gotta say. And it's Criterion. The complete collection of the original Dracula 40 series, the Universal Horror Movie series. Drag Me to Hell. Dragged Across Concrete. I watched this one time. I thought it was really boring. Why can I not read? Dreamcatcher. Underrated Stephen King movie. Stupid parts, but underrated movie. 4K of Dread. Drive, which is technically a lot of people a horror movie. I agree. Dude, Where's My Car? Due Date. The 4K of Dune. This is a masterclass in 4K. Dune looks amazing. Can't wait for Dune Part 2. Duel. Dumb and Dumber, the original. Dumbo. Dumbo, the new one. I like this remake. Not like my favorite movie, but like really good. It's a solid movie. 4K of Dunkirk. E.T. Masterpiece. Easy A. Love this movie. Ed Wood. Edge of Darkness. The Edge of 17. Probably one of my favorite movies of all time. Edward Scissorhands. 8th Grade. Elf. Classic Christmas movie. If you've ever seen it, watch Elf. Emma. Empire of the Sun, Steven Spielberg. The 4K of Encanto, which also, mostly any Pixar or brand new movie, looks amazing on 4K. Kronk's New Groove and The Emperor's New Groove, which I totally just said backwards. Enchanted, really excited for that sequel on Disney+. Enemy. The 4K of The Equalizer. Equalizer 2. Aaron Brockovich. Escape Room, really underrated. Escape Room 2, kind of fun, but nowhere near as good as the first one. The 4K of Eternals, which, yes, I bought on 4K because it looks great. Every Which Way But Loose, but Any Which Way You Can, really good movies. The Evil Dead, my favorite Evil Dead movie, and top 5 horror movie of all time for me. Evil Dead 2, amazing, just not my favorite. Army of Darkness, too funny. Evil Dead remake. Top 3 horror remakes. I'll say that. Ex Machina. The Exorcist. Expendables. And hey, Expendable 2, yeah. Do not care to buy the third one, and I do not care to making another one. Extremely Loud Noises movie. Tom Hanks. Pretty good. The As Tammy Faye, which I did see, just didn't review because I didn't have a lot to say, but I am glad she won Best Actress for this. Good for her. The Fanatic. Watch it. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. And The Crimes of Grindelwald and The Crimes of Johnny Depp that has been justified. Good for you, Johnny Depp. Fuck Amber Heard. Fantastic Mr. Fox. Fantasy Island. The Farewell, which I wish I got to review when I got to saw it. It was such a great movie. Fargo. And Fargo Season 1. Probably one of the greatest seasons to a show ever. And Season 2 was really good. Watch Fargo seasons. And the new ones are fine. The Fast and the Furious. Family. Too Fast, Too Furious. Not family. Tokyo Drift. Blah. Fast and Furious. Family. Fast 5, awesome. Just honestly awesome. Fast and Furious 6, awesome, fun, but it's not too cheesy yet. Rest in peace, Paul Walker. Furious 7, that's where the series should have ended. And then we got Fate of the Furious, which is meh. And then we got F9, which was the worst movie to me of last year. Fuck this movie. They went to space in a car. Vroom. I do like Hobbs and Shaw, though. Hobbs and Shaw was dumb fun. The Father. The Fault in Our Stars. The Favourite. Fear. Haven't watched it. My mom and dad told me to. They told me it was really good, apparently. Fear and Loathing Las Vegas. Love that movie. Bueller. A Few Good Men. The 4K of Field of Dreams. Rest in peace, Ray Liotta. My God. That sucks, but Field of Dreams is great. Fifth Element. It's my mom's. She read the books. So she bought the movies. And a story. The Fighter, Fighting for My Family, Fight Club, Finding Nemo, top 2 Pixar movie, maybe 1 for me. Finding Dory, nah, it's fine. Finding Neverland, First Man on 4K, Man with No Name double feature, Fistful of Dollars for a few dollars more. I've seen the second one, not the first one, but I have seen The Good and Bad and the Ugly, which is a masterclass in westerns. 5 Feet Apart, really cute movie. 5-Year Engagement. Flash Gordon. Awesome movie. Flight. The Flintstones, which is probably one of the top 5 best castings to a movie ever. That is a perfect cast for that cast. The Florida Project. Flushed Away, classic. The Fly, which there's a reason why I'm not watching his new movie, because I don't care, but this is one good movie. The 4K of Ford versus Ferrari. Forrest Gump, top 5 favorite movie of all time. Probably, maybe top 4. The Founder. The complete Universal Horror selections of Frankenstein, which I've seen the first 2. Freaky. Free Fire. Free Guy on 4K, which looks great in 4K, obviously. The French Dispatch. Friday. Friday the 13th. Oh, Friday the 13th Part 2. Part 3. And we got part 4, part 5, part 6 of Friday the 13th, part 7, Manhattan part 8, which, oh my god, that movie sucks. Jason Goes to Hell, Jason X, Freddy vs. Jason, the remake Friday the 13th, which I actually enjoy, and then a bonus collection. I do own the cover of the Free Factory set. It just obviously collections, packages, separation, room space, you understand. Friends with Benefits, Fright Night remake. I like that movie. I said it. From Dusk Till Dawn, Frozen, Frozen 2, Fruitvale Station, underrated, The Fugitive, Full Metal Jacket, Funny People, Fury, good war movie, really good war movie, The Game on Criterion, ooh, Game Night, Game of Thrones Season 1, and then we got Game of Thrones Season 2. Due to my laziness, I'm not going to pull out the Game of Thrones seasons, but Season 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and yes, I do own 8. Listen, I love Game of Thrones, but that final season, meh. The Game Plan, Gangs of New York, The Gentleman, George of the Jungle. As a kid, I was George of the Jungle. Get Him to the Greek, which was great. Get Out, cannot wait for Nope. Ghostbusters 1 and 2. And yes, I do own the 2016 female Ghostbusters, which my mom really likes. And Chris Hemsworth is great. Ghostbusters Afterlife, great sequel to that series. The Gift, Gifted, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the David Fincher version, which I do want to own the original trilogy. Girl in the Spider's Web or whatever, I don't know why I bought it. Girls Trip, funny movie. Gladiator, Zach Galler, I watched it. It was really good. Glass, Steelbook, really nice Steelbook. The Godfather trilogy, the greatest movie of all time. It's alright. Steelbook of 1998 Godzilla, because I'll watch this over The Godfather. And you think I'm kidding. Godzilla 2014, Godzilla 4K, got Kings of Monsters. And of course, I got the 4K of Godzilla vs. King Kong, which I really enjoyed after watching it for a second time, can't lie. Shin Godzilla on 4K, Gone Baby Gone, Gone Girl, Gone with the Wind. Because honestly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Good Boys, The Good Dinosaur, Good Morning Vietnam, rest in peace. Good Time, which everyone loves, Good Will Hunting, rest in peace again. Goodfellas, rest in peace, Ray Liotta. Wrong guy, Ray Liotta, fucking love that man. A Goofy Movie, The Goonies, the Goosebumps Complete series from Canada, oh so sorry, the Goosebumps movie, which I really like, and then we got Goosebumps 2, Get Off My Lawn. Gran Torino, really love that movie. I think it might be a top 5 Clint Eastwood, possibly one of my favorites. The Grand Budapest Hotel, Gravity, Grease, The Good Dictator on Criterion Collection. I watched it for a class for college and I wrote a paper on it. Great movie. The Great Gatsby, The Greatest Show, man, this is the greatest show, man, on 4K. Music's good, movies, Green Book, Best Picture. Yeah, right. The 4K of Green Knight. I like this movie and it looks amazing on 4K. I cannot lie to you. And I know I gave it a bad review. I didn't give it a bad review. It's fine. It's good movies. 4K though. The Green Mile. Great movie. Green Room. Green Zone. You saw I caught that. Gremlins. Great movie. Gremlins 2. Really funny movie. Greta. Gretel and Hansel. The Grinch. The animated one. Grindhouse double feature, which is the Steelbook. Don't really like those movies. Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Guns Akimbo. Hacksaw Ridge. Hail Caesar. Halloween, the original Halloween 2. Halloween 2018 on 4K. Halloween Kills on 4K. Movies I very much just turn my brain off and enjoy. The Hangover 1 and Part 2. And then we do have Part 3. The Happening, which, it's great. Happy Death Day, underrated movie. Happy Death Day to You, could have been a lot better. I don't care for a third. Happy Time Murders, don't know why I own it. Harriet. The complete 4K set of Harry Potter. I rebought these on 4K. I am a Harry Potter geek. I freaking love Harry Potter. It is the greatest universe in a movie series ever. Over Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter any day. The Hateful Eight. The Hate You Give. I'm going to say Hateful Eight again. Heat. The Heat. Heavyweights, man. This movie's awesome. Watch Heavyweights. Hellboy. The Ron Perlman one. And yeah, we do have the reboot, which is fun but bad. Hell or High Water. The Help. Her. Lovely movie. Hercules. Hereditary. Masterpiece. Saying it. Hidden Figures. High School Musical on Blu-ray. And of course, High School Musical 2. And then we got High School Musical 3, which... but High School Musical 2, though, classic. Probably one of the first 4Ks I bought because we wanted to test the 4K player. Hitman's Bodyguard. It's fun. And then Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, which was stupid, but fun. Again, don't need to own those movies. The Hobbit. The Hobbit, The Dead Legend of Smaug. The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey. Battle of Five Armies, my bad, I totally said that wrong. The 4K of Hocus Pocus, and I'm hoping the second one's good, man. Holmes and Watson, though, that's trash. Home Alone, classic. Home Alone 2, I watched it more than the first one, but it's not as good as the first one. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. Classics. Hook. Rufio, woo! Ah! Rufio, oh, this is so dangerous. Or what? He said something like that. Why did I go on a Hook tantrum? It's really hot. Hook. House of Gucci. House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects. And then we got 3 from Hell from the trilogy. House with a Clock in Its Walls. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I love this movie. Don't hate me. We got How to Train Your Dragon Steelbook 1, 2, and of course 3. And probably the best steelbook of all time. I own Howard the Duck. I'm pretty sure this is 4K too. Look at that. It's an egg. My God, guys, there are duck boobies in this movie. Boobies. The Howling on 4K. Hugo. I do not care for that movie. Hulk. Hunchback of Notre Dame. The Hunger Games. Hunger Games Catching Fire. Part 1 of Mockingjay. And then, of course, Part 2. Books are way better. The Hunt. 4K of Hurricane Heist. Best first line in a movie. Dad! It's so good. The Hurt Locker. Hustlers. I Am Legend. I Can Only Imagine That I Love You, Man. And Women. Call Me. I, Robot. I Still Believe. I, Tanya. Identity Thief. The Ides of March. If Beale Street could talk, if I could talk, to be honest, In Bruges, In the Heights, wow, I could not read that, it was cursive, so I can't read cursive. I can write it, though. Impractical Jokers, the movie. Inception. Now that is one complete shelf done. We are moving on to the second one after a quick break and after I go pee.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
And welcome back from your short break. Let us continue. We have The Incredibles, which has a great sequel, The Incredibles 2, which no one talks about. We have the complete set series of The Incredible Hulk, which is just awesome. I mean, the whole series of Incredible Hulk. I have not watched the whole series. I watched the whole first season, though. We have the 4K of The Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton. Independence Day. This garbage of a sequel. The Indian in the Cupboard, which I haven't watched in a long time, and I really want to watch. That was a childhood classic. Indiana Jones complete series. I am extremely excited for the 5th one. Inglourious Bastards, Inherent Vice, Inside Out, Insidious, great movie. Insidious 2, underrated, guys. Watch Insidious 2. Insomnia. Instant Family. Watched this with my grandma in theaters, and it was a great time. Interstellar. The Interview. Interview with a Vampire. Into the Woods. The Universal Horror Classics of the Invisible Man series. The 4K of the remake of The Invisible Man, which is a great movie. We have the Criterion of The Irishman, which was a Netflix movie that won zip Oscars. Nada. The Iron Giant. The original Iron Man. Iron Man 2 on 4K and Iron Man 3 on 4K. I will be getting Iron Man 4K, I believe, on Monday. The Island. Michael Bay, underrated. Isle of Dogs. The classic Stephen King's It. And then we do have the 4K of It. And then we have 4K of It Chapter 2. Both movies I very much enjoy. It Comes at Night. It Follows on an amazing steelbook. Oh my Lanta. The back's alright. But listen, that cover... Rainy Day. I say this every year. Rainy Day horror movie. It Follows. Great movie. 4K, A Wonderful Life, which I have not watched on 4K actually. Jack Reacher. Jack Reacher Never Goes Back, or whatever it's called. We have Jackie Brown. The flick pick himself, John Flickinger, gave me this. I say it every year. And I'm going to continue saying it. Because, John, you sold it to me in the back of a Walmart. Not the back of it, but a dark 1 a.m. Walmart in the back of his car. This is not a lie, and I appreciate it. James and Giant Peach. Then we have the complete series all the way up to Spectre of the James Bond collection, and I one day will watch all of them. 4K steelbook of Jaws, which obviously is a masterpiece. Jaws 2, Jaws 3, and Jaws the Revenge. The shark roars like a lion, and it doesn't have vocal cords. J. Edgar, Jeepers Creepers. Don't want to talk about the director. I just like the movie, and I prefer the second one over the first one. But I enjoy those movies. Don't want to talk about the director. Jennifer's Body, which got a great just reboot of. Everyone was like, "Oh, I love this movie. It's a decent movie, guys. You should watch it." The Jerk, Jerry Maguire, Jersey Boys, The Jesus Rolls, which was really disappointing. Jexy, don't know why I own it. Jingle All the Way. Put the cookie down. No, I'm losing it. John Wick Chapter 2. John Wick, a 4K of number 3. Very excited for the fourth one. Jojo Rabbit. 4K of Joker. Joy. Judas and the Black Messiah. The Judge. I like that movie. I like The Judge. Judy. Oh, goodness. Judy Moody. If you've not seen this movie, it's because you didn't grow up in the early 2000s. I was born in 1999, grew up, watched it, enjoyed it. Jumanji, classic. The 4K of Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, and then Jumanji The Next Level, also on 4K. Really enjoy those movies, and I kind of hope they do another one. The Jungle Book Classic, and then we have the live-action Jungle Book, which I only watched once, I'm pretty sure, but it's a very good movie. The 4K of The Jungle Cruise, really liked it. The greatest film of all time, the 4K of Jurassic Park, and I am very excited for Dominion next week, but this is my favorite movie of all time. It is a masterpiece. Perfect movie. And I also have the 4K of The Lost World, the 4K of Jurassic Park 3, 4K of Jurassic World, and of course, Fallen Kingdom, and then one day I will buy, of course, the 4K of Dominion. I also bought seasons 1 through 3 of Camp Cretaceous. I enjoy it. It's fine. Just Mercy. 4K of Justice League, which, yes, I know I should probably just get rid of. Keanu. Keeping Up with the Joneses. Don't buy it. Don't watch it. Why do I own it? Kick-Ass. Kick-Ass 2. Kill Bill Volume 1. Kill Bill Volume 2. Kinda hope we don't get a Volume 3. The Killing on Criterion. The original 1933 King Kong. I'm thinking it was 33. And this beautiful 4K of the 2005 Peter Jackson King Kong, which is awesome. The King of Staten Island. King Richard, Will Smith's best actor and slap of a movie. The King's Speech. The King's Man, the prequel. Then we have Kingsman Secret Service. Then the sequel, Golden Circle, which hopefully we get a third one. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, underrated. Knives Out, and then I hope Knives Out 2 gets a physical release. It's a really good movie. Why is it not going to theaters? Fuck you, Netflix. Knocked Up, Kong Skull Island, Krampus, Kubo and the Two Strings. One of the scariest movies I've ever watched, and the hype lived up. Lake Mungo. The hype was real, and I watched it in the dark, at night. Terrifying. Lake Mungo. LA Confidential. La La Land, Best Picture for about 3 minutes. Labyrinth on 4K. Watched it for the first time last year. Lady and the Tramp. Lady Bird. Last Action Hero, which I won't do by in 4K, and I would love to do a reboot of this movie, honestly. The Last Duel, which I finally did watch. The 4K of Last Night in Soho, my favorite movie of last year. There's no crying in baseball. I love A League of Their Own. It's a great movie. The Owl movie, Legend of the Guardians. I watched it like once. Legend of Tarzan. The Lego Movie. The Lego Movie Part 2. The Lego Batman movie, which is honestly one of the best Batman movies. Ninjago movie, I watched it once and it was cheap. Les Miserables. Let Him Go. Matt Reeves, I think first movie? No, Cloverfield was his first, but this is underrated. Let Me In. Great movie. The Lethal Weapon collection, and if they are doing a fifth one, I will totally go watch it. Life with Eddie Murphy. Life with Ryan Reynolds and Jake Gyllenhaal. Life of Pi. Life of the Party. The Lighthouse. Great movie. Great movie. Lights Out. Yeah. Finally, I fucked that up. Lilo and Stitch. I'm not even gonna try. I'm dismissed. Limitless. Lincoln. The original Lion King, and yes, I did buy the live action because it looks good. I didn't even buy the 4K, which I'm dumb, but don't ever care to watch it. The 4K, The Little Mermaid. Little Miss Sunshine. Little Monsters. Freaking classic. Classic. The Little Rascals, which is also a childhood classic. The Little Shop of Horrors, which, Steelbook, amazing. I was in this play in high school. I have a deep connection with that movie. It's so good. Little Women. Live, Die, Repeat / the good title, Edge of Tomorrow. The Lodge. 4K of Logan Lucky. Lone Survivor. Long Shot, really good movie. Looper. Rian Johnson, that's where he made his name. The Lord of the Rings trilogy. Lost Boys. Love and Other Drugs. Love and Monsters. Really good movie, actually. I wish I actually watched it in theaters and got to review it, because it's a good movie. Love, Simon, one of my favorite movies the last couple of years. Luca on 4K. Looks amazing on 4K. I am sad I didn't go to theaters. Ma. Mad Max. Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior. And then we have Fury Road, which I will get on 4K one day. And I'm pretty excited for that Furiosa prequel, even though I'd rather just get the Mad Max 5 kind of movie. But I'm excited. The Magnificent 7. Maleficent. Maleficent 2. Malignant. Freaking love this movie. Malignant is so different. It's so good. Mamma Mia, here we go again. My mom likes those movies. The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Man on Fire. Man of Steel. Manchester by the Sea. Mandy on Steelbook. Marley and Me, and I cannot watch the end of that movie. Marriage Story, such, this. Perfect. The Martian. Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins Returns, which I really enjoyed. Matilda, childhood. The original The Matrix. And then I did buy the 4K of Matrix 4, which I would like to get the other ones in the collection. 4K of Mayhem, really underrated action horror. The Maze Runner trilogy, underrated series. Me, Myself, and Irene, I love that movie. Mean Girls. Me Before You. Meet the Parents. Meet the Fockers. The Meg. Memento. Men in Black. Men in Black 2. Men in Black International. I like the ride at Universal more than International. I'll give you that. Mid-90s. Midnight Special. Midsummer, whatever you want to say. This movie's really good, Zach. Gawler. You know what I'm talking about. Midway. Midnight Run. Mile 22, Million Dollar Baby, sad fucking ending. Million Ways to Die in the West. Minari, which is a really good movie I wish I had to review. Minority Report. Misery. Missing Link, very cute animated stop motion movie. Mission Impossible, number 2, 3, Ghost Protocol, Rogue Nation, and the best one on 4K, Fallout. And I'm pretty excited for number 7 and part 8. I mean 8 because 8's part 2 of part 7. Whatever. The Mist, that ending. The Mitchells vs. the Machines. Thank you, Netflix, for releasing it on physical media. Like, really. Moana, one of my favorite Disney movies. I always say Pixar, and I almost did it again. But I looked, and I said it right. Molly's Game. Moneyball. A Monster Calls. Monster House. I would like to review Monster House for Halloween. Monsters, Inc. Monsters University. Moon. Moonlight. Mortal Kombat! Mortal Kombat Annihilation, which is just top 3 worst movies of all time. The 4K of the new Mortal Kombat, which I am very happy we're getting a sequel. Thank you, Mother. The Mountain Between Us. Mrs. Doubtfire. Toodaloo! Mud. Mulan. Mulan on 4K, the live action. Yeah, it looks great, but The Mule. The original The Mummy. Brendan Fraser's The Mummy. And then we have his sequels, which second one's really good. Third one, yikes. But Tom Cruise's Mummy? Real yikes. Munich. Then we got The Muppets. Murder on the Orient Express. I will one day get Death on the Nile when it's really cheap. My Cousin Vinny. Nebraska. Neighbors. Neighbors 2. The Never-Ending Story. Ah. Thank you, Stranger Things, for reminding me that song is great. And Never-Ending Story 2. I do not own the third one. We got New Mutants on 4K, which is not worth 4K. The Nice Guys. Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. I've seen this movie one time, and it was like $2. I was like, why not? Night at the Museum. Oh my goodness. Whew. Night Museum 2. And then 3. The Night House. Night of the Living Dead. Nightcrawler. The Nightingale. Oh my god. If you've watched that movie, you know the scene. Nightmare Alley. The Nightmare Before Christmas. The complete Nightmare on Elm Street series. And also the reboot, because I know. No Country for Old Men. No Strings Attached. Natalie Portman, you sexy mother. No Time to Die on 4K. Really good ending. Noah. 4K of Nobody. Nocturnal Animals. The 1922 silent film Nosferatu. Wrote a paper for it in college. We got The Notebook. Now You See Me. The Nun. Shocking we're getting a second one. Top 10 movies of all time. Oh Brother Art Thou. One day I need to review that. Ocean's 11. Ocean's 12. Ocean's 13. Ocean's 8. Oculus. Really underrated. Old. Horrible dialogue. Old School. Oliver and Company. The Omen. The Omen 2. Haven't seen it, but Omen 3. And not seen it 4. I have seen the remake, which I like, but it's no original. 4K of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. One Flew the Cuckoo's Nest. Top 3 favorite movies of all time, which is a movie that's in my intro that I also would like to review one day. It is a masterpiece. Onward on 4K. The Others. Over the Hedge. Over the Top. Thank you, John Flickinger. Overboard. Overlord on 4K. Pacific Rim. Awesome movie. That sequel. God awful. 4K of Pan's Labyrinth. Pain and Gain. And then we have Paper Towns. Got confused. Paranorman. 4K of Parasite, which looks great on 4K. Passengers. The Patriot. Patriots Day. Paul, which is really funny. Payback, almost like Paycheck, I'm sorry. The Peanut Butter Falcon. One of my mom and dad's like favorite movies, I think. Pee-wee's Big Adventure, a pretty perfect movie. Peppermint, The Perks of Being a Wallflower, the original Pet Sematary, the remake Pet Sematary, the original Pete's Dragon, the remake Pete's Dragon, which is actually pretty good. Peter Pan, and the sequel that no one ever talks about, Peter Pan Returns to Neverland. Good movie. Oh goodness. The Steelbook of Phantasm, which is Phantom of the Opera, the original. Phantom Thread. Philomena. My grandma bought it. I haven't watched it. Pig. Pineapple Express on Steelbook. Pinocchio. Kind of intrigued for that live action remake. Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates 2. Pirates 3. Blah. And bigger blah that everyone likes. And honestly, Johnny Depp, please give us one more because I just want to see you say goodbye for that perfect role. The Pirates Band of Misfits, which is a fun movie. The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Platoon, Best Picture winner. Point Break, I am an FBI agent. Yeah. Pokemon, Detective Pikachu, fun movie. The Polar Express, which did not age well. Poltergeist, scariest movie of all, one of the scariest movies of all time. Popstar, 4K of Possessor. The Post. Power Rangers, really sad we didn't get a sequel. That was a good movie. The original Predator. The Predators. The shitty movie Predators, which is good. The Predator, which is dog shit. The Prestige. Princess and the Frog. Prisoners. Prometheus. Leon, but the Professional. Pretty Young Woman, or Promising Young Woman, sorry, pretty. The Proposal. Top 2 favorite movies of all time, the Steelbook of Psycho. Public Enemies. Pulp Fiction. The Criterion of Punch Drunk Love. Queen and Slim. A Quiet Place, which is an awesome slip steelbook cover. Quiet Place Part 2 steelbook. Rain Man. Raising Arizona. 4K of all Rambos but First Blood. Part 2. Rambo 3. Rambo. And then Last Blood. All of them on 4K and they are fun movies. Steelbook and 4K of Rampage, which no one remembers. Rango. Ratatouille. Ray. The 4K of Raya and the Last Dragon, which is a really good movie. Ready or Not. The 4K of Ready Player One. I hope we get that sequel. For Real Steel, which if that's true about that Disney Plus show, good job. 4K of Rear Window. Red. Red Dragon. Can't pick it up. Red Rocket. Reminiscence. Replicas, which is a great movie. The 4K of Requiem for a Dream. The Rescuers 1 and 2. Reservoir Dogs. Resident Evil. Resident Evil 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this piece of shit 6. And I actually do enjoy this reboot, even though it's a bad movie. I enjoy it for how good of a movie, or video game to a movie, but I'm hoping that Netflix show is really good. Hoping. Return of the Living Dead, a great comedy, and then we have Part 2, which has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. Tell me if you want to review it. The Revenant. Revenge. Revolutionary Road. The Rhyme section, one of the biggest flops of all time. Richard Jewell. Then we got the complete Rick and Morty set. There you go. I have them all. I just don't feel like... Yeah, I don't feel like grabbing them all. But yeah, the whole Rick and Morty series. The Ring. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. War for the Planet of the Apes. Probably what got the job of Matt Reeves for Batman. And then we have the Planet of the Apes 5-movie original set movies. Risky Business. Roadhouse. Robin Hood, which sucked. Robin Hood Disney version, which is great. 4K of RoboCop, which is almost, if you ask me, it's a horror movie. Debate. Rocket Man. Rocky. And yes, I know I need to get the whole Rocky set. I know. Rocky Horror Picture Show. Role Models. Room. The Room, which I'm pretty sure has a freaking Tommy Wiseau get some underwear card in the Blu-ray set. Tommy Wiseau underwear. That's what I want in my Blu-ray movies. When I make a movie, I want underwear advertisement. That's what I want. Yeah, girl, I'm leaving that in. Criterion. Oh, okay. Criterion of Rosemary's Baby. Rough Night. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which is great and scary. The Rundown. The Rush Hour Trilogy. Safe House. Ooh. Saint Maud. Then we have the series of, all of them, of Samurai Jack. Salem's Lot, which is the scariest vampire movie, and I'm pretty excited for that remake, honestly, in September. The Sandlot. San Andreas. Sausage Party, heck yeah. Savages. Saving Private Ryan. But they did save his private parts, just saying. The complete 7 films of Jaws. Saw, then Jigsaw, and then we do have Spiral, which, Scarface, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, Schindler's List, 4K of Scoob, which is like $4 because the movie sucks, but this is live-action Scooby-Doo. Written by James Gunn. The Martin Scorsese Criterion short films. Really inspirational stuff. Really good. Scream. Scream 2. Scream 3, Scream 4, and the 4K of Scream 5, or just known as Scream, but we all call it Scream 5, or 5 Cream. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Searching, Secret Life of Walter Mitty, Secret Window, Seeking a Friend for the End of the World, really good movie, sweet movie. Serenity, one of the best, worst movies ever. Watch it. A Serious Man, Seven Psychopaths, Shameless Season 1, and I have the whole set of series right here on Blu-ray, but for time's sake, Shameless series. Shang-Chi on 4K, 4K of The Shape of Water, Shark Tale, the Cornetto Trilogy, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, World's End, Shaun of the Dead's 1, then World's End, then Hot Fuzz, Shawshank Redemption, one of the greatest films of all time, 4K of Shazam, 4K, or the Steelbook of Sherlock Holmes, and then Sherlock Holmes 2, which one day I hope we get a 3. The 4K Shining, which is great on 4K, and then the great underrated sequel, Dr. Sleep on 4K. If you haven't seen Dr. Sleep, go watch it. Then we got Shivers, Shrek 1, 2, 3, and 4. Shrek 1 is a classic, but I truly think Shrek 2 is better. Shutter Island, Sicario, Sicario 2, Deus Adalo, Side Effects, which, if you've ever seen Side Effects, with how the world is now, that movie very much came back and bit us in the butt. Signs, one of my favorite movies of all time. Silence, Silence of the Lambs, Silver Linings Playbook, A Simple Favor, which just got announced for a sequel, which, cool. Sin City 1 and 2. Sinister, one of the scariest movies to come out in the past 10 years, truly. 16 Candles, The Sixth Sense, Skyscraper, which you don't really need to watch, Skyfall, Sleepaway Camp. Awesome movie. Sleepaway Camp is a great, awesome movie. Sleeping Beauty, the original, Sleepless, Sleepwalkers. Guys, if you've never seen Sleepwalkers, this is one of the most ridiculous Stephen King movies ever, and it's amazing. Sleepy Hollow, I almost said Slender Man, which is a very boring horror film. Sling Blade, Smokey and the Bandit, Smoking Aces on 4K, Snake Eyes, which I got for like $4, Snatch on 4K, Snowpiercer, which I've never watched the show, I've heard good things, the original Snow White and the Huntsman, which is a fun movie, and then the Huntsman's Winter War, I watched like one time 9 years ago. The Social Network, which you can't really see, but trust me, it is the Social Network. The 4K of Sonic the Hedgehog, which second one was really pretty enjoyable, so I'll definitely buy that. Sopranos Season 1, I have the complete set right here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I just figured for time's sake, Sopranos the complete series. Sorry to Bother You, the 4K of Soul, which is a glorious 4K. 4K of Source Code, Southpaw, We got Space Jam, and I did go ahead and buy Space Jam 2, even though it was like cheap, whatever. I was like, why not? Spaceballs. Love Spaceballs. Then we got Spawn, which Spawn is awesome. Please give us a new awesome Spawn movie, please. Species. The Spectacular Now. Spectre. Speed. Spencer, which I am shocked she did not win Best Actress, but I'm okay with the winner. The original Spider-Man trilogy. The Shallows. Spider-Man Homecoming. Spider-Man Far From Home. And of course, Spider-Man No Way Home, which, the spoiler is out. Hey guys, the original Spider-Man, they're in it. I can say that now. The 4K of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Spies in Disguise, which I don't know why I have. Split. SpongeBob Movie 2, I want the original. Spotlight. Spring Breakers. Spy. The Spy Who Broke Me. Stand By Me, classic. The Stand miniseries, the original one too. 4K of A Star Is Born. I got the original motion picture Star Trek series, and then I have Star Trek Next Generation series. Star Trek 2009, which I'm guessing that's what people call it, Star Trek 2009. Star Trek Into Darkness, and then Into Beyond. Solo. Rogue One. The Complete Saga, which is the prequels and the original trilogy. And then, of course, we have the sequel trilogy, which consists of 4K Blu-ray of The Force Awakens. But Star Wars is a very interesting topic right now with Obi-Wan going on, so I'm just going to say I enjoy Star Wars. Step Brothers, Stir Crazy, Straight Outta Compton, the original The Strangers, and a very underrated sequel, Strangers Pray at Night. I like that movie. Stronger, Stuart Little, Stuber, Studio 666, which I just bought the other day, Sugarland Express, The Suicide Squad, and then The Suicide Squad on 4K Steelbook, which James Gunn is obviously perfect. Super 8, Super Troopers, Super Trooper 2, the Steelbook of Superbad, Superman the Movie, Suspiria the original, Sweeney Todd, which is a great musical if you ask me, Swiss Army Man, with directors of Everything Anywhere All at Once, Swordfish, Halle Berry's Boobies, Tag, The Talented Mr. Ripley, Taken, Talladega Nights at Ricky Bobby, which is a great comedy, Tangled, Tarzan, great score, or great soundtrack, The Tax Collector, which I got on Steelbook, I think it was like $10. I was like, why not? Taxi Driver, classic. Ted 1 and 2. I would love a Ted 3, to be honest. Like, seriously. Isn't there like a Ted series? I'm watching that. Teen Wolf, the Michael J. Fox one. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 90s trilogy movie, which the first one is a classic to my childhood. So is the animated TMT movie. The 2014 version, which I actually really enjoyed. And I believe, are we getting a reboot or something? I don't know. 4K of the Ten Commandments. I just bought this recently, so I haven't watched it yet. It's like almost 5 hours. 4K of Tenet. Then we got the Terminal with Margot Robbie. Then we have The Terminal with Tom Hanks. Terminator. T2 Judgment Day. Terminator 3, which I think is underrated. Terminator Salvation, very forgettable. This piece of junk. Genesis, whatever. And then Terminator Dark Fate, which the beginning sucks, but everything else is pretty enjoyable. The original Steelbook of The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Classic, genre-changing slasher. There's Something About Mary. There Will Be Blood. The original 1982 The Thing, which is the remake, obviously. This Is 40. This Is the End. 4K of Thor. 4K of Thor 2. And soon to be 4K, but Thor Ragnarok. Those Who Wish Me Dead. 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Till Death. Underrated movie. I watched a review of this, and I was like, I'll watch it, and it was pretty good. What is this? A Time to Kill. Good movie. Good story. Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. Tom Hardy's like one of his first breakouts. Titanic, obviously. Tomb Raider. Are we ever getting that sequel? Wasn't it filmed? Delayed? I would watch it. Tombstone. Tommy Boy. Classic. Criterion of Tootsie. We have the 4K of Top Gun. The sequel is 10 times better, and I will 100% buy the 4K of that. 4K of Total Recall. Tower Heist, don't want to talk about the director, but enjoyable movie. The Town on Steelbook. Toy Story, Toy Story 2, Toy Story 3, and the very underrated Toy Story 4. I can't believe I'm saying that. Toy Story 4 is awesome, guys. Go watch it. Traffic, it's good. Train to Busan, top 10 zombie movie of all time. And then the 4K Peninsula, which is a very enjoyable movie, just not as good as the first. Training Day, Trainwreck, the complete set, 5-movie set, 4K of Transformers. It was $25. That's a good deal, if you ask me. Treasure Planet, Trick or Treat, movie I would like to review during Halloween. Tropic Thunder, classic. Troy, True Detective Season 1, masterpiece in all sorts of acting, writing, directing. And then Season 2, I don't ever want to watch again. The True Grit remake with Haley Steinfeld, my celebrity crush. She is beautiful. True Romance, which I saw they're getting a 4K. I'd like to get that. Truth or Dare. That's that movie. It's literally a Snapchat filter. It's awful, but it's great. Tully, 4K of Turning Red. The Turning, one of the worst horror movie endings of all time. Twilight, New Moon, Eclipse, Breaking Down Part 1, and then this bullshit, Breaking Down Part 2. My mom likes those movies. Obviously, I am to the collection, but... Twister, great 90s. Unbreakable, top 10 superhero movie all time? You tell me. Uncharted on 4K. Listen, I'm a huge fan of those games, and that movie was really disappointing, but obviously I'm going to buy it on 4K. Uncle Drew, Uncut Gems. Under the Skin, Scarlett Johansson. If you've seen this movie, there's a great scene, but overall, it's actually a really good movie. Underwater, the Underworld series. The first one is underrated. Oh, Unforgiven, classic. Unfriended Dark Web, really underrated. Unhinged, great fun movie. I have not watched this movie until the end of the world. I brought it on Criterion during the sale. It looks cool. It's 4 hours. It's almost 5 hours long. I've never seen it or heard of it. I'll watch it one day, maybe. The Untouchables. Upgrade. The Upside. Urban Cowboy. Us on 4K Steelbook. The Usual Suspects. Great movie. Don't want to talk about the director. V for Vendetta on 4K, which looks really good. Valley Girl. I was trying to buy the original. Bought the remake. Haven't watched it. National Lampoon's Vacation. Van Helsing on 4K. I love Van Helsing. And Kate Beckinsale in this movie is hot. Venom, which is trash. And then we have the 4K of Venom Living Carnage, which is worse if you ask me. The 4K of Vertigo. 4K of VFW, which is really underratedly good. Vice. The Visit. Vox Lux, great song. And a scary opening scene of a school shooting, which obviously right now is the worst time to talk about it, but I'm just saying, scary scene. The Walk, which is underrated. Walk the Line. Walking Dead Season 1, and for time's sakes and laziness, Seasons 2 through 10 is up there on the third shelf, so just put in your head, I own the Walking Dead series. WALL-E, one of my favorite Pixar movies. Wanted. War Horse. War of the Worlds on Steelbook. Warm Bodies. 4K of Warrior. Watchmen, really good adaptation. I actually read that comic novel, or graphic novel, as that's what it's called. And season 1, or not season 1, the mini-series of Watchmen, which is so good, but I want more. It was so good. Mama said, now that's high-powered H2O. Waterboy is a classic. That's one of the best Adam Sandler movies, hands down. Waterhorse, childhood. Waves. The Way Back. The Way Back, which is better. We Sum the Darkness. Trash. Wedding Crashers, hopefully you get the sequel one day. Weird Science. The original West Side Story. And of course, the 4K of Steven Spielberg's masterpiece of a musical, West Side Story 2021 version. Great on 4K too. When Harry Met Sally. Where the Wild Things Are. Whiplash. White Boy Rick. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? I'd like to get the 4K of that. Widows. Wild. Wild Hogs with an underrated performance by the rest in peace Ray Liotta. But really fun movie if you ask me. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Willy's Wonderland didn't get the hype. I'm sorry, guys. Wind River, underrated. Winter's Bone. The Witch, really, really good. The original Wolfman, the Universal horror movies. Ugh. Wolf of Wall Street, top 5 comedy for me of all time. Great movie. Oz, Great and Powerful, and then we have, of course, The Wizard of Oz. The Woman in Black, one of the scariest movies in the past 10 years for sure. Women in Trouble, I think I said something about this last year. Still haven't watched it, never heard of it, but it's got Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and I like him, and I like women, so that's a really good combo for me. Wonder, Wonderland, Wonder Woman, the 4K steelbook of Wonder Woman 1984, which, yeah, that's not good. World War Z, Wrath of Man, Wreck-It Ralph, the 4K of Wreck-It Ralph 2, Wrong Turn, got it for free because I bought the first one, Wrong Turn 2, just bought this recently, X, which is great this year, X-Men, X2, X-Men United, X-Men The Last Stand, X-Men Origins Wolverine. This and Alice in Wonderland, the remake, was one of the first Blu-rays I ever bought. So, but it's trash. X-Men First Class, The Wolverine, X-Men Days of Future Past, X-Men Apocalypse. Cool. Oscar Isaac's performance though was really good. Logan, best X-Men movie, no question about it. And then we have X-Men Dark Phoenix, which is blah. Then we have Yes Man, Yesterday, Young Frankenstein classic. Ooh. Kevin Smith's underrated Zack Miri Make a Porno, very funny movie. Zack Snyder's Justice League on 4K. This 4-hour masterpiece is so much better than anything they gave us in that crappy Joss Whedon version. Zathura, Zero Dark 30. We have Zodiac, At Zola But Zola, Zombieland, Zombieland Double Tap, and finally, Zootopia. Whew. And with all that said, that is my 2022 Blu-ray collection video. The 8th year in a row doing this, and I keep doing it because of your guys' feedback, and you guys love watching these videos of mine, and I just really appreciate you just watching me talk about all my movies. And like always, please leave a comment down below. Tell me what movie I need to own because I would like to own it because I collect movies. My voice is very much leaving my body. But once again, thank you guys so much. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys had a great time with me. And I will once again do it next year. But man, oh man, I need a chair. I need something because, oh my. Anyway guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for 10 years on YouTube, by the way, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye, everyone.